Here we are, the final season, series 12, the last to have models appear on TV, Thomas and Friends. And I watched this alongside season 11. I only remember two episodes I watched, and that's it. And it's just very interesting. I like this season because it's unique, because it's a mix of model and CGI elements. I know a lot of people said it's like the fever dream is like it's not really good, especially with the CGI faces. But I'm gonna have to um be I think a lot of people are gonna hate me for this, but I do love it. Well, yeah, I well, because it's unique, obviously, and it's the only season that has 20 episodes, so we're gonna expect to be a short one. But let's get this started. Starting off with Thomas and the Billboard. Thomas and the Billboard. Now, I would put it. I would put it as average here because it's a Thomas and Diesel story, main characters in it, but like the story just like drags on in it. That's the one thing that I didn't like about this one. I like the story like Thomas like actually ruined the first billboard, and then the engine's like running backwards and forwards, like getting the second photo done, and Diesel was never informed of it. And I think it's kind of a good start to like trying out like the first eight characters appear together in the first CGI mixed hybrid style episode. Next is Steady Eddie. I'm gonna put an average here as well, um, because I like because even though like it's also kind of dragging in this one, like Edward wants to show off like the water wheel, and then yeah, but my favorite part of this one has to be like the chasing after Gordon, the water wheel end up in his flatbed. That's the only thing I like about this one. Rosie's Carnival Special. It's definitely going the bad here because it actually is a good story, but I don't like the way that Rosie just completely blindly just take the half of the train with, and then the couplings snap like one by one without a care in the world. Yeah, and then like it should have been, if I would put it that way, as Emily breaks down halfway the journey and then Rosie helps the rest of the way. And yeah, that I think that should have made more sense instead of like Rosie just breaking half the train off and just like banding and then just cause confusion and delay everywhere. Mountain Marvel. Next is definitely going up here. It's a very good, very good narrow gauge story of Proteus, and like I like that Peter Sam suddenly found an old statue of Proteus. It's very unique. It's supposed to be like a magical engine, but then suddenly seeing a statue of him is like, we'll have to like show some mystery around here. But it's only our own interpretation here. It's a very good narrow gauge episode, and I'd say it's very. I like this one. It's like it featured more narrow gauge engines interacting with each other. That caught my eye. It's like seeing Mighty Mag, Freddy with in appearance together for the first time, and most likely we never see them again, or is it? Henry gets it wrong. It's definitely in the bad area. I wouldn't put it as worse here because it's actually a lot of things happen in this one. I had to say that Henry's like wanting to save the wishing tree, but like I think the way he did it is wrong, is obviously wrong, but like it's actually like you feel sorry for Henry. It's like he seen that tree's been around for many years and worried would be gone. Is like, oh, it's so sad. I'm gonna be like defending like some of the season 12 ones around here. I do have some good ones in this one. Next is He Ho Thomas. This is actually the first season 12 episode I got exposed to, and putting it my personal one up here in the great and best here because love the it's just the first time we have it. I didn't realize that it was an American engine appearing in this one, and it's make it stand out. And I love like Thomas' interaction in this one with the new character. Like this time, like Thomas is like a bit going back to his old ways. Like Thomas is want to prove the new engine that he's better than anything. Next is Toby's special surprise. That's kind of weird title. I'm putting it in average here because it's quite good. Toby story is at least a bit more enjoyable, but like it just kind of drags on. But the ending part was quite good in this one. Seeing like seeing the sign of the old Great Washington Tramway. It will play on as a continuity from the. Thing will play on to a continuity in a future episode. I think that's so. Next is Excellent Emily. I'm putting up here as great and best because it's a very good. Another good Emily episode, and we have Murdoch introduced in this one, and the return of Duck the Great Western Engine in this one. I like Emily's interaction with Duck, and in this one, it's the first time they met, and then like Excellent Emily's like showing like even though like she's excellent that she knows everything, but she's not always excellent in every way. She does need help sometimes, and like she can't always do things on her own. That's the saying here. The party surprise. Put it average here because why put average here? Because I like the character Colin in this one. A very unique crane, but like he only appeared for one episode and that's it. There's also the same with Hank and another character coming up. But but I will get to all these three characters later on. Well, I like the Freddy episode in this one. It's quite good and great to see the wolf again, and like seeing Colin the crane. It's like it's unique. It's like we have like a stationary crane, and it's like that's very interesting. This is only Colin's only appearance. Originally, it's going to appear in a King of the Railway in the original ideas, but then it was dropped out. It's kind of sad. I think Colin has potential in this one. Next is Save You. I'm gonna put in good here. Okay. What I like about this one, why I put in good here is because I like the way I think Thomas was like trying to save other engines, but instead he just messed things up completely. Only in the ending part where he actually did manage to did something right this time, and I got the only why I like it more because it actually has Duck, Rocky, Harvey, Donald, and Douglas appearing in this one, and seeing them all together, seeing them in this story is really good, and Thomas here I think this one is gonna be a first time where I think Thomas really wants to be a hero, but like he's doing things like not really well done, getting into trouble, getting into a bit of a bad mouth for the other engines. So we're halfway there. So now we're on to Duncan and the hot air balloon. Put an average here. It's a very good narrow gauge episode. It's kind of average Duncan episode. Duncan deliberately accidentally let the balloon float away. And then when you see the thing controller sad, Duncan realized he shouldn't have done that in the first place. They felt sorry and tried to put things right. They're able to get the balloon back up into the air. Next is James Works It Out. A very great episode that James interacting with a truck. And James is this is actually the first time where James, who's been told around by a truck, Hector the Horrid. Hector learns from his mistakes from the last season and then take it on as want to help the other and help out in finding a quick and safe way. But James is doesn't care. And then in the ending part is finally you listen to Hector and they're able to get the train to their destination. Next is Tram Trouble. I'm also putting in average here. Flora, introducing a new character, Flora, but now when compared to her with Colin and Hank, Flora is pretty pointless in this one. But like looking at that the Toby special surprise, I think it looks like a continuity between those two stories. It's like after discovery of the new tramway, then they bring a new tram called Flora to run the line. And then like I don't like Thomas like worried that like worry about like Toby will be upset that he won't have the fun all to himself. That's kind of weird. But like Flora here, just sitting around there doing nothing. It's kind of wasteful. Don't go back. It's next. Definitely the worst. All I'm saying is Thomas and Diesel racing backwards without a care in the world, smashing things, causing confusion and delay. That's horrible. I'm not saying anything else. 0 out of 10. Gordon takes a shortcut. It's definitely in the great and best here. Okay, so why here? Because love like it's finally we have like a Stanley supporting role in this one with Gordon, and then we see that we have Duck, Oliver, and Toe in this one. It's a great finally we get to see them after so many years, and like I think like this is a very good moment to have Stanley in this one after the Great Discovery, and it's actually one of the good season 12 episodes. The Man in the Hills. Yeah, well, I was just putting words here because like it's boring, so boring, nothing else to say. Like trying to find the man in the hill, Thomas completely doesn't understand it, and then Freddy takes them to where the man in the hill was in fact a drawing on it. Sort of. God, we don't like it. Thomas puts the brakes on. Yeah, personally I would put it up here because Thomas puts the brakes on. It's finally we have a Thomas and Stanley interaction after the Great Discovery. And like Stanley was like still concerned for Thomas, offers to help, but Thomas is like he can do things on his own, but like he messed things up. And then finally we're over the bridge where he nearly fall over into the water. Stanley came to the rescue, and then Thomas asked Stanley for help. Which is I think it's kind of a good story I would say. But I like the story like flows very well. Unlike the others. But still like I think it's like one of the last I think it's the last time we have like Thomas as the main role in this whole Marvel era. There's the last means Thomas this episode was like I would say is the last time Thomas was the main lead. Percy and the bandstand. I'm gonna put this I will put it in average here because it's good. It's good. It's a good story. Like finally we have a Percy story in this, but it's also a bit boring. So like, but I like Jack and Alfie appear in this one, and having Lady Hat on board too, but the story goes it just carries on, and then the only thing I like is that Percy has this special whistle, do what I say, because it actually is quite special. It kind of makes this whistle very unique. So at least like finally like Percy had has some kind of tool that could make people obey his instructions. Very good Percy episode. Like this is the last one. Next is Push Me Pull You this is so bad. I would describe it as the worst narrow gauge episode. Scarlet Renee is completely out of order, and then with the puppet train is so not really good. Definitely 0 out of 10. Nothing else to say. Very, very, very bad. Finally, we come to the very last. Best Friends. I'll put it in good here. It's the so-called like the last finale to everything, and then what the way to cap things off with Thomas and Percy ending the whole this whole season 1 to 12 era. And I think it was a kind of good send-off to have Thomas and Percy to help to send it off, and having some other characters appear here and there everywhere. But I actually enjoyed it. I can only go as far as putting good because like it's the last ever episode, and I think it really deserves a good way to like to give a good results on it. So here it is. We're done season 12, and we ranked all the episodes from series 8 to 12. And before we go through it, now this is the current order of season 12. 6 great and best, 2 good, 7 average, 2 bad, and 3 worse. Now season 12 might be like, so a lot of people will be bad in stories anyway, but it actually has some good average episodes. And then, well, I'm gonna be totally defensive with season 12. It's a lot better. They improve lighting. They improve the lighting and and a bit of the set dressing for one last time. Adding CGI elements to with the model ones, I think it's a good stepping stone. So like it would be jarring switching from point A to point B. I think that's a good way to set it off. Now let's go do a comparison with the others from it. Here we have season 8. Then we have series 9 here. Then we have series 10, and then we have series 11. So yeah, that's all the. So yeah, that's my my tier list of all the Thomas episodes from series 8 to 12. And I won't be doing the other ones because there's nothing much I would say about them. For the classic one, I would treat every one of them as the same. But for the hit model era, I'm more exposed to, so I easily recognize which are the great, good, best, average, bad, and worst. So yeah, and that's it, everyone. We are done, and this is the way to end off the 20th anniversary of the beginning of hit model Thomas. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you. And oh wait, before I go, that once this video will be out, the next video will be season 11 of Soto Tales, and look out for that one. Goodbye, everyone. Bye bye.